Welcome to this marching tips video from the Royal New Zealand Air Force Band. By the end of this video you should have all the tools necessary to be able to march confidently and to the required standard for our Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo performances in 2016. Starting and stopping. The step off. To step off in time you must anticipate the movement by shooting your left foot forward. This is achieved by moving on the final quaver of the bar prior to the step off. Note the foot is parallel to the ground, don't point your toes in the air. The halt. In this movement, the penultimate step must be slightly shorter in length to give a solid platform to drive the right leg in beside the left. Slide and mark time. The slide. This movement is used to initiate both marking time and about turns. All that is required is to slide the right foot almost in line with the left to give a stable base in order to execute both of the latter movements. Mark time. Marking time needs to be led by the knees and not the ankles. Imagine your knees are being pulled up by a piece of string. The knees are raised to an angle of around 50 to 60 degrees and no more for the RNZAF band. The foot hangs naturally with the toes pointing down. Halt from marking time. The halt from marking time usually occurs musically at the end of a phrase. As you are marching on the spot, each leg remains at the same height. You stop by simply finishing on the right foot. Stepping off in a new direction. Relaxed. Although this is named a relaxed step off, you will know by now that the military does not do anything in a relaxed manner. Like a normal step off, you must anticipate this movement. Stepping off to the left is simple, however when stepping off to the right, your left leg must cross over in front of your right. Remember, we always step off with our left foot in the military. Stepping off with a check pace. Similar to marking time, we raise our legs to an angle of around 50 to 60 degrees during a left or right step off with check pace. When stepping off to the left, our right foot comes in front of the left, creating a crooked T shape. At the same time, we shoot out the left foot, keeping it along the ground. There aren't any spaghetti cans to step over. When moving to the right, we create an L shape with our feet. The right leg moves in behind the left, and once again think about keeping your left foot as close to the ground as possible once you step out of the turn. Turns on the march. Left and right turns on the march. This movement is very similar to stepping off with a check pace, apart from the obvious difference that you are already moving. The same shape patterns apply to both left and right turns with the L and a crooked T. Be careful not to let the turning leg flail sideways, and remember to take a short pace when executing these drill movements. about turns. This is a 4-point movement. After sliding the right foot, we then carry out the following. 1. Create a T with your left foot. 2. Check pace with your right foot. 3. Repeat step 1. 4. Repeat step 2. As with marking time, each leg makes a 50 to 60 degree angle with the knee. Turn, check is a good pattern to have in your head as you practice this movement. Be sure to raise both legs to the same level during this manoeuvre, as it is very easy to only raise the leg that turns. Putting it all into practice. Here is a mini display for you to try at home. Don't worry if you don't have a lot of space. Each movement is only 4 paces in length, so you can practice it in your backyard. A good tool to use is an X marker on the ground. Start with a clean step off. Take 3 paces forward and then about turn. Take 3 more paces and turn to the left. After 3 paces, turn to the right 3 times with 3 paces between each turn. March forwards 3 paces, slide and mark time for 3 steps before halting. Hopefully you ended up back on your marker.